What's up, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XLRA, coming at you with 100 Days Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today is the 80th day, and we have a viewer request for a good old deck based around the Flame Swordsman. You know, the man who embodies all the Brooklyn rage you could ever hope for. And so this deck is all about turboing out this boy, making him into a bit of a castle, and beating over stuff. Wrong card, there it is. Twin Swords, Flashing Light, Moon Mirror, Shield sort of deal. And so we've got this deck. It's all about doing that and a few other little things. And so we're going to get started with today's deck. A big shout out goes to Mr. Rain Santiano, who suggested today's deck. Thank you, my dude, for contributing. So let's go ahead and get started, show off this deck, have ourselves good times. Let's get started. Alrighty, our first opponent. We do want to go first. Can also go second. You know, it's a thing. We could do either or. We have options for both. I prefer to go first with this deck just to set things up, you know. So we're up against a guy called Casual Off-Meta MR Fave. I don't know what that means, but we'll find out, I suppose. As soon as YGO loads. I don't know. I thought we were back to not having this issue, but apparently it's still there. Opening hand is interesting. I've got Moon Mirror Shield, I've got the Dot Magician, got my Fusion Conscription, that's pretty nice. Alright. Pot of the Extravagance, he doesn't care for extra deck. Possibly play, okay, some form of rituals. No, I don't know what this is. When your opponent would summon, return this card to the hand, negate, summon. When your opponent activates a card, play that targets a monster, discard to negate. Okay. So he's just playing some sort of negate deck. Or he's going to play Majesty's Fiend. Okay, that's another option. Okay. I don't really care. Really, considering everything, I don't care that much. Let's go ahead and start with Reinforcement of Army. This lets me add Masaki, the legendary swordsman. It's one of the materials I need for my boy. Let's go ahead and play Fusion Conscription. This lets me reveal the Flame Swordsman. And I can add my Flame Manipulator to my hand. That way I can do my Fusion Summon. Very nice. Let's go ahead and Polymerization. And summon at the Flame Swordsman. Yeah, Brooklyn Rage and all that good stuff. Alright, Flame Swordsman, meet Moon Mirror Shield. Let's beat over Majesty's Fiend. This is just one of those decks where he's like, oh, I'm going to make Majesty's Fiend lock down everything you do. I don't have monster effects for the most part. The only monster effect I run is this guy. Let's go ahead and use King of the Swamp. I'm going to get myself another Poly, just in case. If I get another Normie monster, I can make, First of the Dragons. That's a pretty nasty card, actually, because, it's unaffected by monster effects, and it can't be destroyed in battle except with a Normie monster. Alright, so he's got Instant Fusion again. I figured as much. 1,000 dice restricty boy. That's unfortunate. But, it's okay at the same time. I'll just put this on the bottom of my deck. Don't need it right now. Need another monster is what I need. Alright, Fiend's Sanctuary. So this is just some sort of... Okay, so this is an anti-meta deck, more or less. In theory. I mean, he's got Arc Lord Christia. I can't special summon. Ouch. I mean, if I get my Moon Mirror Shield thing going again, I don't have a problem with that. But I kind of need a monster for that to work. So now I'm regretting putting the Moon Mirror Shield on the bottom. See, I can't do the Fusion Summon. It's sad but true. But if I can draw my Armory Call, or, my other Moon Mirror Shields, I can get over Christia. If I can get over Christia, I'll be good. Because then I'll fuse into First of the Dragons. It's immune to his restricts and things. But yeah, pretty much this is just... Oh, hey, Armory Call. Exactly what we wanted. So I'm going to summon Masaki, the legendary swordsman. My opponent has no idea what I'm up to. He's like, oh, you have given up all hope against my all-powerful lockdown cards. But no, I have not. I have done nothing of the sort. He's going to attack. I'm going to be like, hello, I'm Armory Call. I'm going to add the Moon Mirror Shield and then equip it to my monster. So say goodbye to your Arc Lord. I hope you didn't like Arc Lord Christia, because she's kind of dead right now. That's just how it is, man. And it goes to the top of your deck. So now you're going to draw into it. But I don't think you can even summon it right now. So there you go. Does he have 4 fairies? I don't think he does. No, he doesn't play any fairies at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Yeah, I do kind of want to do... Even though there is a chance of, kaijus, I'm going to go for the first of the dragons anyway. Moon Mirror Shield is going to cost me some more life points, and I will get it to my hand this time. Well, to the top of my deck, but that's the same difference. Let's go for first of the dragon, beating into our opponent's life points. There you go. And I'll go ahead and set my twin swords to make him think it's another trap card, and end our turn. So far, it's been alright. I mean, I've already summoned the Flame Swordsman. That's what this deck's about. I've got my first of the dragons. That's pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and equip the Moon Mirror Shield, even though I don't need to for any particular reason. I just want to, just in case. So let's attack with the first of dragons. And I'm pretty sure my opponent, he's just in bad times, man. He had this strategy of just, like, locking me down, keeping me from playing the game. But, the power of the Flame Swordsman was too much for him. And look, he's sad and crying. Too bad. Too bad indeed. So there's our first win. Thank you, Mr. Wheeler. You have gifted us your strength. Let us go for duel number 2 and do it all again. Hey, everybody on YouTube, your boy Memphis here in the second duel. Unfortunately, post-editing, I noticed the audio got messed up, but I'm going to voice over these duels just as I would normally. So, as you can see, we're up against a guy called Bobby Light. Cool dude, cool dude. Our opening hand, as you can see, not as good. We're up against some Zombo action. I've got Mirage Knight. He's a pretty cool dude. I play him as a 1-up, so he's a bit of a garnet, but it's alright. My opponent... He's a pretty cool dude. He's got himself a Mizuki on the board. Me, I've got things set up a little bit, but we're going to try and set it up better with my reinforcement of army. Going to get myself one of my warriors. I'm going to get a blue Flame Swordsman in a moment, as soon as I click the button. There you go. I'm going to get myself blue Flame Swordsman. I've got my Armory Call that'll fetch me and equip. And I'm going to just go ahead and beat into that Mizuki. Even though it's good in the graveyard, I'd rather it be off the board. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack into that dang old Mizuki. I've got myself a Call by the Grave as well. And I'm not going to, just blindly use this Call by the Grave. I could, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to set that right there. End my turn. Let's see what our opponent do. I mean, I know, but I'm going to pretend like I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and see that my opponent's playing himself a Foolish Burial here. He's going to dump him, one of his monsters. He's going to dump a Glow-Up Bloom, which unfortunately I cannot call by the grave due to timing and all that good stuff. So he is going to get out his dang old Balladrock. Go to old Doom King Balladrock. Soon as he hits the board, he's going to be like trying to attack me with it because it's a big 2800 beat stick. But he doesn't know about Armory Call because this thing is going to add me a Moon Mirror Shield in a moment. And I'm going to give that to my dang old swordsman. He's going to be a swordsman with a shield. It's going to be pretty dang sweet. And, he's like, oh, no, what is he going to add with that trap card? I don't know. But, yes, go ahead for my Moon Mirror Shield. And I'm going to go ahead and equip it to my monster. And so, now my monster is going to beat right over Balladrock. But we're in a bit of a tight spot because, obviously Balladrock's going to keep reviving itself. So I got to keep beating over it. So... we're going to be able to do so, though, because I've got the twin swords of flashing light. As I will, obviously click over in a moment. But right now, yeah, he's got Balladrock. And so, he's going to Mizuki and he's going to bring back that Balladrock. I'm going to be like, no. Designate your graves, my friend. There shall be no time for your Balladrocks. And you'd think this would be the part where my opponent would give up. But no, he's actually got a pretty nice tech with his burial from different dimensions. He's just going to put everything back. He's just going to put everything back and bring back Balladrock anyway. Because good old Mizuki is not a once-per-turn effect. So now, my opponent is just going to be like, oh wait, no, that's right, he brought back Glow-Up Bloom. Still don't know why, I guess he figured he was going to get his monster back anyway, but still, it's kind of weird. But what can you do? What can you say? He wanted Glow-Up Bloom. Didn't go for Link Karibo. But what have you? I've got my blue Flame Swordsman. And I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a Call by the Grave, get rid of Balladrock before it becomes an issue. I don't want Balladrock on the board. I don't want him banishing my things. So what I'm going to do is play my Twin Swords of Flashing Light, discarding my Mirage Knight here. That way my monster can attack twice now. Now I can beat over things and start doing some damage. You know, my opponent's got this nice little boom here, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to beat over that thing. He doesn't stand much of a chance here. You know, he doesn't stand much of a chance at all. So now he's going to go ahead and get another Balladrock, of course. But no, it's not going to be Balladrock at all. In fact, he's going for Jackabulan, which is a nice little choice. And this is where the insanity ensues, people. This is going to be the funniest thing you've seen all day. So stay tuned. So this card here that my opponent's got is Infinite Impermanence. It'll negate my Moon Mirror Shield for a turn. So now it's like, oh, no, I don't get to beat over you. So now I'm going to go ahead and end my turn. My opponent is going to draw a card. Can you guess what card he drew? I'll give you a hint. It's Infinite Impermanence again. That's right. He drew into his impermanence yet again. So as soon as my opponent just, processes that in his head, he's going to set it right back where Moon Mirror Shield was. That's right. This mad lad, he had impermanence. He stopped Moon Mirror Shield, and he's going to do it again. I've got another blue Flame Swordsman, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to go ahead and beat into him again. And this is where I'm just like, okay, now I'm going to beat over you. Nope, it's impermanence again. And I'm like, my goodness, my dude, you are the mad lad. You and all these impermanences, you're stopping my stuff. I'm just like XD up in here. I'm all like XD. I could go for Utopia, of course, that's not going to be happening. He's got a monster. You don't go for Utopia the double unless your opponent's got an attack mode monster or none at all. And yes, he has another sets card, and he's going to be like sitting pretty with that Jackabudan. And you know why that is, folks? That's right. You guessed correctly. My opponent, he has done it again. He is the maddest lad on the face of the earth. Because indeed, it was in fact the third impermanence. Absolute mad lad. All the impermanences he could ever want all in a row. It's crazy. It's crazy town up in here. So yes, he has survived. And the more he survives, the more trouble I'm going to be in. Now he's got himself an otherworldly Banshee. And he's going to be going into Lincoln away and making himself an Avenged Savior. This is going to allow him to not only beat over my monsters, but also start dumping stuff. He's going to be beating over my dang old swordsman here. And, well, he's going to dump. I don't know why he dumped Bloom, which is what he's going to dump in a moment. I mean, I know why he dumped Bloom, but he could have just dumped Balladrock. It would have worked just the same. Would have worked just the dang old same with all three of them impermanences. Nice, neat in a row. So now, yep, there he goes. Bloom. So now this will become 1600. He does get himself his Balladrock right on there. And then, of course, my monsters, the monsters will get self-destructed into each other. And this is where my opponent goes ahead and uses Banshee's effect for some reason. He thinks that he's going to be able to, banish my cards. But it doesn't quite work that way. Sorry to say, my friend, it doesn't quite work that way. It's a thing. It's a bit of a thing, but he does still have a Balladrock on the board, and, it's going to keep reviving itself. But, it's a misplay. We all make misplays. It's fine. I'm going to beat over his monster. He's run out of impermanences. He can't do it again. So I'm going to beat over the Balladrock, do some damage, attack again. I could summon Masaki, but I'm not going to. I could, but I'm not going to. I'm instead going to attack with other things. And by other things, I mean the end phase. Because I don't want to waste Masaki or my other Moon Mirror Shield. These are my reserves. So, as you can see, my opponent's just going to bring back good old Balladrock. Good old Balladrock's going to be sitting pretty in defense mode. And so, what my opponent is next going to do... Well, he's going to end his turn. Sad to say, he doesn't have anything at the moment. I'm going to deck thin a little bit with my Fusion Sage. Fusion Sage is going to be allowing me to add another poly. That way, I've got another poly for when I need it. I don't really need it right now. Obviously, I already have one, but I do like to deck thin, and that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and beat over the Balladrock once again. Very nice. Let me tell you, Blue Flame Swordsman has just been a Chad this entire thing. And this is where the bad times happen. Because he's got himself a Fraulein. Sad to say, he has a Fraulein. And he's just going to banish my Swordsman. I'm going to pay my 500. But I'm going to put the Moonmere Shield on the bottom of my deck. I don't need it right now. Could play it, not going to. And this is where I'm just going to sit pretty. I'm not going to summon Masaki, because that would be a silly move. Because if I summon Masaki and give it the Moonmere Shield, he'll just, activate it in effect. Banish my Masaki. That would be bad. So I'm just going to sit here pretty and just wait and see what my opponent gets done. Obviously, all he has is Battle Drock at the moment. And this is where we're just going to have to think pretty, because otherwise we're dead. He does go for the sucker, obviously. That way he gets the draw card. And we draw evenly matched, which is my one concession to a trolley card in this entire deck. Just because of the, the slowness inherent to what we do. But, yeah, this is where I do the evenly matched thing. As much as it pains me, I'm going to be like, there's evenly matched. He's going to have to banish all but one of his cards. But he once again proves that this guy, he knows what he's doing. He's got himself a Call by the Grave. He's going to banish my Mirage Knight. Don't know why he picked Mirage Knight, but it doesn't matter. What matters is he got use out of his card before it got banished, and that's important. And he's going to banish all of his cards here except for his field spell. He really likes that field spell, what can I say? And so I'm going to go ahead and go for Masaki, the legendary swordsman, and give him a legendary Moon Shield. That way he can beat over all of the things. So now it's my opponent's turn. He has field spell, but not much else. His Battle Drock's banished. So he's going to have to think long and hard as to what he's going to do next. Because I've got Masaki, and he's going to have to think hard. He's got a set card. It's a pretty scary thing. But I've got Solemn Johnson on my side, and I don't care for fearing anything. So I'm just going to attack him with Masaki, do some damage, end my turn. There you go. And now, my opponent's turn. He still has that set card, and he's slowly building up his resources once again. It's what zombos do, man. They just keep on going. He is going to kaiju me, and I am going to get back my shield. I'm going to put it on top of my deck. That way I can put a shield on a turtle. I still don't know why he kaiju'd me. It's kind of an odd thing. I guess he thought he would get rid of the shield, but no, it does not work that way. So I'm going to go ahead and battle phase beat into him with this turtle. So now my opponent, he gave me this turtle. It was a nice gift. I'm not going to lie. I do appreciate me some turtle action. So now my opponent, he's thinking what to do now, but he's got nothing. Sad to say he's got nothing. I've got Fusion Conscription. This is going to allow me to add another monster that is listed on my Flaming Swordsman. I am going to get another Masaki, even though I can't summon it at the moment because of how Fusion Conscription works. So now I'm just going to battle again with my turtle. My turtle? What is a turtle? My turtle. My title. My Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. That's what this is. So yeah, my opponent he keeps drawing, but he hasn't found a monster or anything to defend himself with. He does have DDR, but this is what Solemn Johnson is for. It's for stopping DDRs. So I'm going to go ahead and pay half my life points, negate that. So now, no Battle Drock for you. Sorry, my dude. He probably had like well, I guess if he had Fraulein, he would have summoned that, so he didn't have that. But, all in all, it was a good duel against the zombie player. I shall wish him a hearty GG, because he deserves it for being the mad lad. So let's go ahead to duel number 2, and I will continue my voiceover. Alrighty, second opponent, up against an Urban Thyme. A man named Urban Thyme indeed. We're going to go ahead and go first in this duel. Unfortunately, we kind of have a bricky situation, where we didn't draw any of the cards we really wanted. It's really sad because, honestly, this does happen every once in a while with this deck. Not something I'm proud of, but at the very least I've got Armory Call. That way I can search out my Moonmere Shield and deck thin a little bit. No, this is what you're going to have to do sometimes. Is sometimes when you break, you got to make... When life gives you the lemons, you make yourself some dang old lemonade, alright? That's what you do. We are up against Blackwings, which means combos aplenty are on the horizon. Blackwings, they do some combos, let me tell you. It's a beautiful thing when it all goes down with Blackwings. They still give me they give me a bit of the PTSD. It's like, I can never go back. I can never go back to the Blackwings. Never. Never. But yes, he's going to hit himself as Zephyros. He's going to add himself into the monster. He's going to get Gale the Whirlwind. Nice little tuner. They can summon itself. All he has is Zephyros the Elite on the board. And so, now what he's going to do, obviously, he's going to summon Gale the Whirlwind. Obviously, what did you think he was going to do? And he's going to go ahead and do a thing. He's going to go ahead and do a nice little thing. You're going to be in for a treat. This guy knows how to play himself some Blackwings. He knows how to play the Blackwings rather well, I'm not going to lie. You know, he's got Zephyros, he's got Gale. And I'm trying to remember exactly what he did. It was a long duel. And he is going to go for a Link, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to go for a Link any second now. Give him a moment. Any second now, he's going to do it. He's going to remember how he's going to remember all the strategies he wrote down on that little piece of paper he's got next to him. And he's going to be like, okay, this is what I do. So yes, now he finally is going to go for that Link play. He's going to be like, oh wait, not a Link. I'm very silly. He went for Chidori the Rain Sprinkling. And it'll be very apparent why he went for this thing in a moment. He actually has an interesting combo with this. It's actually rather amazing. So, we're going to go ahead and Armory Call. Like I said, I need to deck thin. I probably should have done it on his turn, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Right now, I just need to survive a little longer. Because obviously, I have the Moon Mirror Shield, and so all's good in that department. You know, I'm just going to end my turn, and my opponent, he does have Chidori. Chidori does have 3,200 attack points. It is something I do have to worry about a little bit. Just a little bit. So, now he's going to set another card. He's going to attack me with this Chidori after he blind allures himself. Yes, he is going to blind allure himself, sadly, folks. He is, the blind allure man. Such is life. But he does still have Chidori on the board, and he will be able to come back from this. He does have the ability to do so. So now my opponent is going to go ahead and attack with Chidori. I'm not doing anything just yet. It's all good in the hood. At least, it appears to be. It appears to be all good in the hood. I do have my blue Flame Swordsman finally. He is on the board. Very nicely on the board, right where I like him to be. And so, what's now going to happen is I'm going to summon out my blue Flame Swordsman. Right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and equip my Moon Mirror Shield, because it's the card I want to put on the board first. So I'm going to go ahead and play my Moon Mirror Shield, and this is where the disaster occurs. This card right here. It's going to activate it any second now, and you're going to see exactly what his strategy was this whole time. It was Eradicator Epidermic Virus. He tributes his monster, and he nukes my spells. Unfortunately, I forgot how it worked on face down cards, so I did not play my Call by the Grave that I really should have, and it's going to come back to bite me. So I am going to be able to get this back, but I'm going to put it on the bottom. I mean, obviously, if I draw into it, it'll get destroyed anyway. So no real point in drawing into Moon Mirror Shield. I am going to attack my opponent directly, because that is something I'm going to do. I mean, he has no monsters. I might as well attack him directly. Get some damage going here. And so now my opponent, it's his turn. He has nothing in the hand, but he still has his dang old Black Whirlwind. And that's all Blackwings really need, folks, is a bit of Black Whirlwind and a Bore of the Spear. Because now that he is normal summoned, he gets to, add another monster. It has to have less than 1,700 attack, but that's plenty of Blackwings indeed. And yes, I am going to keep bemoaning that epidermic virus, because it wrecked all my plans. I didn't have a card in my deck to really mess with that, except for, Twin Twisters. So, it's unfortunate that I didn't have well, obviously, Solemn Johnson as well, but, I didn't have anything at that moment to stop it. So, he's going to get Orochi the Squall. It's a level 1 tuner. And so, what he's going to do next, I don't even remember what he did exactly, but he is going to summon out Orochi the Squall. He can summon it if he has the Blackwing. And so, I believe he went for 4 Strix after this, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure that was what he did. Yes, sir, he did. There you go. Good old 4 Strix. He's going to go ahead and bring back a monster from his deck. Bring it back, I say, even though he's just straight up summoning it. And he's going to bring out Chris the Crack of Dawn. Nice level 4 Blackwing monster. And he's going to go ahead and use the Phyros. And he's going to bounce his Black Whirlwind. Just getting out that dang old Zephyros. See, if I had remembered to call this, things would have been different, because then he wouldn't have this dang old Zephyros on the board. And that, my friends, would have been very nice. Would have been nice if he didn't have that thing. But it's fine. So he's going to go for 4 Strix. He's going to go ahead and detach to add another monster. And that's, going to trigger 4 Strix. Or not Force, but Wise Strix. But he doesn't have any rank up spells. None of that. But he is going to get Austro the Southwind. And that is, bringing back monsters and all that good stuff. So, now what my opponent does, he doesn't have anything else to play right now, but he's good for now. He still has Force Strix. I can't do anything about Force Strix at the moment because I don't have my Moon Mirror Shield. I don't even have the option of going for Moon Mirror Shield, as it is sad to say. So, now it's going to be my turn. I've got the King of the Swamp. I would love to use the King of the Swamp to fetch my Poly, but that's not going to do me any good at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead, just do a little bit more damage, get rid of Wise Strix. I don't want Wise Strix on the board if I can help it, that is for sure. And so, now we'll just let our opponent go after take a quick look at my graveyard. And another turn off the Epidermic. So it's one more turn before I get any spell traps, or just the spells, yeah. No spells for a whole turn. So now, my opponent, he's just gonna go off. This is where the Blackwing dude does all the things he likes to do. He's gonna play himself Black Whirlwind once again. He's gonna detach his material off of Force Strix, add another monster. He's gonna summon that monster and just start doing stuff, man. All the stuff he could ever want to do. So, as soon as he decides to do it, I'm just waiting right here for him to do it. I know it's really annoying that I gotta do this voiceover thing, but audio glitches. Audio glitches. Not so much a glitch, so much as recorder decided to not record. But regardless, he's now using his Force Strix here. He's gonna, like I said, he's gonna detach a material. He's gonna add himself a monster. Yes, sirree. I believe, yep, another Boar of the Spear. I like how, even though there's so many new Blackwings and so many things you can do, that Boar of the Spear is still being played so much. It warms my heart. I mean, he's still a good Blackwing. Normal summonable for your Black Whirlwind, or just straight up special summon him. I mean, the piercing damage doesn't matter worth a shite, but, it's still cool. So, he's going to get himself Gale the Whirlwind once again. And he is going to do another Gale the Whirlwind drop. And now this thing has 3,000 defense points. That's quite a few defense. I can't beat over it without my shield. It's sad to say I need the dang shield or else I am kaputs. I am kaputski. So now, what's going to happen, I'm going to check, I've checked his graveyard. I've seen the things he's got. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and bring out, what was it again? Oh yeah, Obsidian Hawk Joe. Because that'll allow him to revive his Chidori. And his Chidori is going to be even bigger than it used to be. It's going to be 4,700. So unfortunately, this is going to be this is going to be the end. Because he's got all the damage he needs to just beat over me. It's sad to say, but it's true. So, he's going to do that. He's going to attack with his dang old Joe. And that's going to hurt. But it's going to hurt even more when Chidori starts slapping me with that sword. So unfortunately, while we tried, it wasn't enough. He had that epidermic virus to just completely shut us down. And so we lose to Blackwings, but it was a good back and forth, and I did enjoy seeing Blackwings played. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the fourth and final duel of the evening, and show you off one more duel. Alrighty, the final duel of the evening, up against a gentleman known as the Reaper. This will be a short duel. And again, the bricks are hard, but this time we will be able to get over the bricks a little bit better. I've got my Fusion Sage, I've got my Armory Call, I'll be able to search some stuff. And so we both agreed to the Master Rule, very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and set Armory Call, activate my Sage, get myself Polymerization, and go ahead and set both my Designators, figuring it might as well, just in case I'm able to disrupt my opponent. You know what I mean. My opponent starts discarding stuff and trying to get things out of the graveyard. But we're up against cubics. They don't really care about that. So he's got himself a cubic Dharma. He is going to discard to draw another card. And so this is where he goes ahead for Foolish Burial Goods. This guy knows how to play him some cubics, Not that cubics are super complicated or anything, but he knows what he's doing. He's got himself a Karma. He's got to get himself a Dooza the Bruiser. Gonna summon that dang old Dooza the Bruiser. And that's gonna allow him to dump the trap card. But I'm gonna go ahead and go for Armory Call. Go ahead and deck thin a little bit. Get myself a Twin Sword. Mostly so I don't draw into it, but it's still something I've got. So he's, like I said, dumping the Unification of Cubic Lords. And so I could, banish a card, but I'm not gonna bother. There's not really any reason to. So now it's my turn. And I've drawn again into the blue Flame Swordsman, being the MVP of the deck today. What can I say? So now I've got the ability to beat over him with my Moon Mirror Shield. Obviously I didn't need it for Duza, but I figured I might as well. And I'm going to go ahead and play my Twin Swords. That way my boy can just beat over all of the things. Unfortunately, because of his Cubic Dharma, I can't do damage to this Duza. That's kind of how that card works. And thanks to his unification, he can summon a new monster, and that monster cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn. So that's the thing. He is going to dump another unification. And I am going to foolishly attack into this because I forgot about that last line of text. But it's fine. You know, he can have his Duza the Bruiser. It's not a big problem. So I'm just going to end my turn, and we're going to let our opponent go. You know, I've got my blue Flame Swordsman. I'm postulating here the possibility of being locked down by Cubic Lord Boy, Mr. Crimson Nova himself. But my opponent doesn't have Crimson Nova at the moment, so all's good. I've got Solemn Johnson once again. I'm going to set that. And I'm going to keep attacking this Duza. You know, I'm not going to let him keep that on the board. And this is where something a little weird happens. You know, my opponent goes to use his Cubic Lord unification. And for whatever reason, in a moment, he's going to surrender. I don't know why he did so. It's rather odd. But technically speaking, you know, I did stuff, he did stuff. So I am going to call this a win. And so let's go ahead into end screen times, and we'll talk about this deck a bit more. Alrighty, the Flame Swordsman deck. We actually got 3 wins, which I was surprised to see happen. I was actually expecting this deck to get no more than 1 win, but actually we got 3 wins. So all's good in that regard, you know. I had fun playing with this deck. It was an interesting challenge, and so, you know, honestly do appreciate these interesting deck challenges you guys give me from time to time. So, you know, thank you guys very much for watching today's video. I very much appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, do smash the like button, of course. And next episode, I've got a fan request for Mech Knight Dinosaur Kaijus, which ought to be rather interesting. So, tune in for that, and your boy Memphis will see you again next time with some more good Yu-Gi-Oh! Action. Take care.